Every year, humans kill over 100 million sharks. That's 274,000 a day, or 11,000 an hour. 15 more sharks are killed unnaturally by humans every 5 seconds. That's 15 lives taken every time you hear this beat. A staggering figure that highlights a devastating truth: the apex predators of our oceans are in danger. Some of this destruction stems from deep-rooted fear and misunderstanding perpetuated by popular media. For example, the infamous opening of Jaws, the isolated swimmer, the ominous dorsal fin slicing through the water, the heart-racing crescendo. This film ignited a global fear of sharks and fundamentally altered how the world views, treats, and subsequently consumes these magnificent creatures. In this video essay, I ask a pivotal question: how has Jaws affected shark killing, consumption, and conservation? The cultural phenomenon that was Steven Spielberg's 1975 blockbuster did more than revolutionize cinema. It reshaped humanity's relationship with sharks. While it fueled public fear and triggered waves of shark trophy hunting, it also sparked conversations about conservation and shifted attitudes towards protecting these misunderstood animals. Throughout this video, we'll uncover how a fictional predator transformed the real-life fate of one of the ocean's most vital species. Released in 1975 and directed by a then up-and-coming Steven Spielberg, Jaws was an unprecedented cultural phenomenon. Often heralded as the first true summer blockbuster, the film broke box office records, grossing over $470 million worldwide. Aside from its achievements on the silver screen, Jaws became a cultural icon, capturing the attention and fears of millions. A key part in the film's success was its chilling depiction of sharks. Spielberg viciously anthropomorphized the great white shark, transforming it from an ordinary animal into an almost supernatural villain. The shark was given intent, malice, and an ever-growing hunger for human flesh. This was epitomized in the film's second attack, where a young boy swimming in broad daylight was mercilessly mauled in front of all the beachgoers, his mother included. This, paired with the first, more iconic kill, plays with audiences' innate fear of the unknown, using POV shots to make the monster seem more mysterious, leaving more to the imagination, a formula that sprouted many more creature feature ideas. Talking of the public effect, most of the action in Jaws took place in broad daylight, further instilling the fear of never being safe, as opposed to conventional horror films such as Halloween or Nightmare on Elm Street, where the killer is almost only active at night. Cinematically, this was a brilliant choice, but its effects outside of theatres would only further drive the public's uneducated fear of sharks. By creating a fearsome image of sharks, Jaws did more than entertain. It redefined how society perceived these animals. Films like Deep Blue Sea and Sharknado drew heavily from Jaws, continuing to portray sharks as malicious predators with a vendetta against humans. What was once a species little understood by the public suddenly became a symbol of fear and danger. This legacy of fear set the stage for a surge in shark killings, trophy hunting, and a deep-seated misunderstanding of their true nature. The effects of Jaws would soon extend far beyond the silver screen, shaping policies, public attitudes, and even marine ecosystems. The release of Jaws in 1975 sparked a significant cultural shift in the public perception of sharks, creating an image of them being mindless man-eaters. This perception led to a surge in both recreational and professional shark hunting. Trophy hunting of sharks became popularized, with fishermen proudly presenting their catches as marks of bravery. In the decades following the film's release, monster shark tournaments grew popular, particularly along the coasts of the United States. This was met with imminent backlash, however, with Dr. John Grandy telling The Guardian, "When we started campaigning against this, we were vilified, but now we have lots of people telling fishermen that this is time to stop." The impact on global shark populations has been catastrophic. Since the 1970s, around the time the film was released, shark populations have dropped to under 30%, with some species, such as the oceanic whitetip, experiencing declines of over 90%. This staggering loss can be traced, in part, to fear-driven hunting, but also to overfishing practices that target sharks for their fins, meat, and oil. Post-Jaws, the myth of sharks as human killers overshadowed their ecological importance, making them a low priority for conservation efforts. The Jaws effect is a term popularised by Dr. Christopher Neff, a professor at the University of Sydney. used to describe the effect that the 1975 film had specifically on the public's opinion of sharks. Dr. Neff claims it's absolutely undeniable that Jaws had a profound impact on sharks. And while the previously mentioned monster shark tournaments began their uprising during this time, an even worse effect came from the film's success. Jaws arguably indirectly influenced the government of Western Australia into passing legalization of shark culling programs in retaliation to a string of shark attacks, even though shark culling had already proven ineffective against human attacks. The resulting amount of sharks that were killed in Western Australia isn't known. We do know that they proved, unsurprisingly, ineffective, and the program was abolished in 2014. 21 years after the original Jaws novel was published, and not long before his death in 2006, Peter Benchley, the author of the book, claimed, "I couldn't write Jaws today. The extensive new knowledge of sharks would make it impossible for me to create, in good conscience, a villain of the magnitude and malignity of the original." The long-term effects on shark populations are a prominent reminder of how fear, once fueled by media and popular culture, can have devastating consequences on the world around us. As the following section will detail, this narrative has begun to shift, but not without its challenges. The fear-driven narrative embodying sharks that began with Jaws eventually gave way to a global conservation uprising. In the 1990s and 2000s, the growing awareness to the ecological importance of sharks sparked significant efforts to protect them. Marine protection laws, such as the ban on shark finning in the US waters in 2000, began to take shape. International campaigns like Save the Sharks gained momentum. With organisations such as Shark Trust and Saving the Blue at the forefront, these groups worked tirelessly to educate the public, protest for legislative change, and establish healthy marine reserves, helping to curb the rapid decline in shark populations. Documentaries have played a key role in reframing the public's idea about sharks. Films like Shark Water by Rob Stewart showcased the brutal realities of shark finning and highlighted interconnectedness of sharks and marine ecosystems. Similarly, David Attenborough's Blue Planet series featured stunning footage of sharks in their natural habitats, portraying them as vital, awe-inspiring creatures, rather than mindless killers. A highly important person in this scene was filmmaker, author, and oceanographer Jacques Cousteau. Cousteau's work in marine exploration and his empowering, gripping documentaries played a significant role in raising awareness about ocean conservation and the importance of protecting marine life, especially sharks. In his television series, The Undersea World of Jacques Cousteau, which aired from 1968 to 1976, Cousteau dedicated episodes to exploring the lives of sharks, highlighting their behaviour, biology, and the challenges they face due to human interference. These episodes educated viewers about the ecological significance of sharks, and especially emphasized the need for their conservation. Cousteau's extensive filmography and public influence undeniably played a significant role in spreading awareness about the importance of shark conservation. One of the most controversial practices that is threatening shark population is called shark finning. The removal of fins, often while the shark is still alive, has its roots in cultural traditions and medicines, mainly in East Asia. Anti-finning campaigns such as the Stop Shark Finning movement used shocking imagery and statistics to expose the cruelty of the practice and its detrimental effects on surrounding ecosystems. As a result, several countries and regions, including the EU and US, have implemented bans on the trade of shark fins, and awareness about sustainability continues to grow. The legacy of Jaws is one of transformation, both devastating and hopeful. While it ignited fear and misconceptions that led to the widespread killing of sharks and a dramatic population decline, it also spurred a powerful movement toward understanding and conservation. Over time, public perception shifted from seeing sharks as villains to recognizing their crucial role in marine ecosystems. Through education, advocacy, and media efforts, humanity has begun to repair its relationship with these amazing creatures. The story of Jaws serves as a reminder of the media's power to shape perceptions and the importance of using that power responsibly for a sustainable future.